For over 35 years, Surgent has been a leading provider of accounting, finance, and tax education to aspiring, new, and experienced accounting professionals, learning and development leaders, and colleges and universities. As we celebrate International Accounting Day, Surgent wants to offer the tools and resources you need to provide a personalized learning path to help you, your staff, or your students succeed every step of the way. If you're looking to start your tax prep career, Surgent Income Tax School offers tax courses and certificate programs that give you everything you need to get started. Or if you're interested in earning the highest credential in the tax preparer industry, then Surgent EA Review is the best product to put you on the path to becoming an enrolled agent. Surgent also offers test prep materials for accounting professionals who want to pursue the CPA, CMA, CIA, CISA, and SIE credentials. All of our exam prep products are powered by Surgent's industry-leading adaptive technology. ASAP Technology is our AI-powered software that generates a customized study plan that makes it faster to prepare for your professional accounting exam. ReadyScore is the most accurate exam readiness indicator that predicts what you would score on the exam with extreme accuracy. Once you've established your accounting career, Surgent CPE offers the most up-to-date CPE catalog on the market to help you maintain your certification and advance your career. And with more than 10,000 CPE credits across hundreds of topics, you're bound to find the courses you need to stay ahead. Surgent helps you fulfill your CPE credits when and where you want with self-study, webcasts, and live webinar courses. Surgent provides the CPE courses you want and need to get ahead. Buy now to save on one of the biggest sales of the year. Get ahead and stay ahead with Surgent.
Surgent Accounting and Financial Education, a division of Nofli Learning Group, is a provider of high-impact education experiences that accounting, tax, and financial professionals need throughout their careers. For most of the company's 35-year history, Surgent has been a trusted provider of continuing professional education and skill-based training that professionals need to maintain their credentials and stay current on industry changes. You know, it's a really exciting time for our profession. We're seeing the introduction of new technologies that are changing how we work and the services we provide. The AICPA conducted a survey of the top 10 public accounting firms to determine what were the top skills needed by their professional staff. The top 5 skills all focused on data analysis and IT controls. We have new tools to work with data, interpret data, and communicate our findings. New skills are in demand today that involve technology, data analytics, data acumen, data visualization. You know, the landscape is changing rapidly. Professionals need to be adaptable to emerging technologies. Accounting, tax, and financial professionals are advisors. They need to be problem solvers and have strong analytical and critical thinking skills. To support professionals, Surgent is excited to announce our new line of skill-building courses, Surgent IQ. Surgent IQ is comprised of a variety of certificate courses, gamified CPE courses, that you'll learn a little about later on in our program. We're excited to share these new, engaging resources with you, resources to take our accounting, tax, and finance professionals into tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Phil Salgado. I'm the Chief Learning Officer at Surgent, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about why Surgent IQ is so special. Surgent IQ is a core part of our strategy to really realign all of our education around the goals of a particular learner. That starts by us identifying what does the learner know about? Their licensing requirements, how to go about performing their day-to-day job, really what their current role looks like and their current aspirations look like at this moment in time. But what they don't know about, that's what we're really focused on, and I think that's what the magic of Surgent IQ really is. They don't know what their current job is going to look like in 3 to 5 years. They don't know what disruption factors like robotic process automation, big data, and AI, and how these are actually going to impact their roles and responsibilities in a few years. We do, and we can help them. They don't necessarily know how to prepare for their next job, how they're going to get promoted. A lot of times you have a great mentor in your career that's going to help you prepare for what that next job looks like, but a lot of times you don't. We can tap into the vast array of learners that we've had in our time as a professional education provider and actually help curate content specifically designed to help you get that next job, to get promoted, and to be more fulfilled in your career. We can also help you if you decide to relocate. We have learners all over the country and all over the world, and we can actually help you prepare for the job as you move from place to place. We can also help if you decide to transition out of a particular industry. So where you are right now doesn't need to be where you are going forward. When we start thinking about the digital workforce and what has happened as a result of the global pandemic, we all know that we can start working in jobs and in industries that are completely outside of the area that we're in. And that's led to a lot more movement between industries, and that's also made it a lot more complex for the professional learner to actually figure out what they need to know and when they need to know it. Further, we're focused on measuring outcomes. Now, everything that I just mentioned is only as good as our ability to actually demonstrate to the learner that we actually hit the mark. So what are the skills a learner's trying to develop? Well, we start by assessing a benchmark. How are you actually performing against a given skill at a given moment in time? And then we want to use that in order to personally tailor a lesson plan that's focused on getting you from where you are to where you need to go. And then finally, we assess. We want to prove to ourselves and to you that we actually achieved the target that we were after. Next, we start looking at skills development in the frame, in the larger frame of your career. Did you get that promotion that you were after? Did we help you relocate to a different part of the country or the world and do it successfully? Did we help you change industries and do it confidently? And finally, we want to focus on meeting the learner where they are. And that means an emphasis on asynchronous learning or on-demand learning, which really affords us the ability to personalize everything that we do specifically to the learner at that moment in time, as well as focus on a broader set of lecture formats rather than a one-size-fits-all. We also want to be platform agnostic. Tech should really enable learning opportunities, not restrict them to specific environments. If you want to use your phone for 10 minutes while you're waiting on your favorite show to come back on or halftime to end of a sporting event, have at it. And we want to be modality purposeful. How we teach is intended to be the merger of how a learner is most engaged with the best way to teach a particular type of material. It's not meant to be the easiest way for you to consume or the easiest way for us to produce a particular lecture. These things together give Surgent IQ a completely different positioning than anything else that we've done at Surgent, or really anything else that we believe exists in the market. And we're really excited to share it with you. Thanks so much, and we look forward to serving you in your professional journey.
Welcome, I'm Jack Castingay. I'm the Vice President of Strategic Content Development at Surgent. Today I'm going to talk to you about certificate program benefits. Our certificate programs are designed with two questions in mind. What do you wish you had learned in school? And what do you need for the job you want tomorrow? At Surgent, our programs meet your needs to advance in your career or move into a new career. We give you the skills to excel and obtain that next job that you're looking for. Many collegiate accounting and finance programs are heavy on theory and fundamentals, but they fail to provide the skills and practical knowledge the profession demands. That's why we created Surgent IQ. Certification is a way to gain skills, tools, and knowledge needed for a specific job, role, or career without the time, effort, and cost of a traditional college degree. Our certificate offerings can be completed in a matter of days, often at less than $100 per credit hour. Compare that to even one college course that at an accelerated pace can take 8 to 15 weeks at thousands of dollars per course. We already have certificate programs live at Surgent ready to meet your needs. Now, when you think about those needs that you have to advance in your career, I'm going to tell you why those needs should include some form of data analytics. A 2020 McKinsey survey found that 43% of managers cited data analytics as an area of need. That was the most demanded skill in the survey. 9 out of 10 of those same managers said skills gaps exist or will exist in the next 5 years in their current employees. So for that digital transformation to occur, for that data analytics to uptick, it needs to be accessible and it needs to be easy to use. If you have access to Excel, you have access to our data analytics software. There's no coding necessary. The same skills you use daily in Excel will prepare you for our core data analytics in Excel or Power Query. So first, I want to talk to you about our core data analytics series with Excel. We created it because firms demand it. It's an entry into more advanced analytics in Excel using Microsoft's powerful Power BI tools. It'll allow you to do things like data visualizations, data modeling, forecasting. It trusts what you already know. If you can enter formulas into Excel, you're halfway down the road to data analytics with Excel. The skills are transferable to firms of all sizes, other professions in accounting, other professions in finance. Whether you stay in public or you move to consulting, industry, or private practice, the skills will carry you into your next job and beyond. Once you get through that, we allow you to step further into data analytics with our Data Analytics with Power Query Mastering ETL Skills. It's a hands-on, step-by-step guide. You will use the same data set as the instructor to where you can pause, rewind, and retry at any stage in the extract, transform, and load process. You can connect data sets from different sources that were previously siloed or required manual matching. You can turn messy data into organized tables ready for analysis or presentation. We're also going to present you use cases so you can see the benefits to your job right now and the work you're already doing. So what are the benefits to you by taking the course? You can do more faster. You can combine data sets. You can remove manual processes. You can review more transactions in a shorter amount of time, and you can get more audit coverage. You can identify those outliers and missing data faster, and as risk assessment procedures become more and more important, you can assess more risk in a faster amount of time. So who's the audience for this? Well, we want to make data analytics accessible so you have no coding necessary. It's point and click. The person who wants to foray into data analytics without having to code, this is for you. It's also, if you're on the firm side, it will allow you to do more with less. We know staffing is an issue. So one way to bridge the gap is through a fully implemented data analytics strategy to find outliers and patterns that individual employees can't see through sampling or traditional audit procedures. It doesn't replace the traditional accountant or finance professional. Instead, it enhances them and opens their time up for new opportunities. Both our data analytics courses are led by Virginia Collins. She's a licensed CPA with over 30 years of experience. She's writing a book on data analytics and the roles necessary in accounting. She's also an AICPA advisor to the CPA Evolution, focusing on digital acumen. In addition to data analytics, we have a 5-part Fundamentals of Fraud and Accounting course that is live on our site today. We're also going to expand our offerings in the future because we want to be your one-stop shop for upskilling, reskilling, and learning whatever you want, whether you have a license or not. We want to roll out courses on DEI, ESG, RPA, leadership, coaching, data analytics for different users and different roles within an organization. Whatever skills and knowledge you need for a career in accounting or finance, we are here to deliver those skills for you. Next is Vince LaRusso to talk about gamification.
Thank you, Jack. I'm Vince LaRusso, co-founder and chief experience designer. 15 years experience as a CPA. I've also been a digital media and content creator for almost the same amount of time. I've always had a passion and love for both content development and being an educator. So it excites me that I could take my experience and bring it to the accounting profession in a new, unique way by starting TrueUp. Training in CPE today still includes a lot of reading, passively watching videos, and taking multiple choice exams. That makes sense because we haven't had the digital opportunities like we have today. Our mission at TrueUp is to create the best learning experiences by using the latest software and tools and proven gamification techniques so that you, the professional, get to experience your training and not just passively read or watch it. That's why Surgent and TrueUp has partnered up to bring you hands-on digital learning experiences in the form of games and simulations. Game-based training has proven to be more engaging and effective for professionals to acquire new skills and knowledge and enhance their current ones. According to a study completed by Science Direct on applying gamification to learning, learner performance increased by 35% when a gamified application was provided to the learners. When you combine a gamified application with traditional learning, learner performance actually improves 89%. So let me share with you a bit about gamification and why Surgent and the TrueUp team is bringing it to our profession. When people hear the word gamification, most people automatically think points, badges, and leaderboards. Gamification is more than just these factors. Some people also think of traditional video games like Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. But gamified learning in the context of professional training looks very different. I've read a lot of books on this topic, and my favorite definition comes from a research analyst at Gartner Incorporated, Brian Burke. He researched the topic of gamification within corporate environments for over 20 years. And he came up with this definition in his book, Gamify: the use of game mechanics and experience designed to digitally engage and motivate people to achieve their goals. Game mechanics. They are one of the most important aspects when applying gamification to training, and if you include the right ones when designing a learning experience, then they will engage you significantly more and they'll help you retain knowledge. There are over 300 different game mechanics identified and published by Jonathan Peters, a PhD, and Monica Cornetti. They're both highly regarded experts in the talent development industry, especially around gamification. So again, I want to remind you that it's not only points, badges, and leaderboards. For example, some game mechanics that we apply in Surgent interactive games include storyline with obstacles and characters to help you through, resources that you need to progress, rewards and consequences, points for each action that you make, and not only points for completing an activity, but your actions that you take, and instant feedback about each decision that you make. So before we get into what TrueUp and Surgent have built together, I want to make a clear distinction here. Points, badges, and leaderboards, they generally come after a learning experience, and they have far less impact on what's happening throughout the experience. While other game mechanics, like I mentioned before, are built into the full experience so that you're engaged from start to finish. TrueUp and Surgent have created 3 different series of games for accounting professionals to get immersed and hands-on with their training. These include Max the Tax for tax professionals, Surging Auditors for auditors, and Building Business for all professionals within the accounting and audit and tax space. Each Surgent interactive experience includes real-world scenarios and activities, such as interviewing clients or interacting with team members, navigating space and making observations, and completing work papers like tax forms and audit testing. In a moment, we'll show you some real examples. Each experience includes similar game mechanics like I mentioned before, storyline with a challenge or problem to overcome, resources and guides, premium characters with animation and high-quality voice actors, scoring and progression through scenes, instant feedback along the way so that each action you take gives you the insight that you need to move forward. To date, we've built games covering a variety of topics for each tax, audit, and building business in the accounting space. Max the Tax currently includes topics around different tax credits and deductions, Schedule C, Schedule E, cryptocurrencies, Section 754 elections. Surging Auditors currently includes topics like revenue and ASC 606, substantive testing like a search for unrecorded liabilities and a physical inventory observation, internal controls, ethics, and professional skepticism. And Building Business for the accounting space includes topics like time management, growing your professional network to get, give, and use referrals effectively, and a game on one of the latest topics around selling accounting services related to the metaverse. One of my favorite things working with Surgent and their subject matter experts is that they are very forward-thinking people, and they're excited, just as engaged as a TrueUp team is, to build this type of content for you and these new learning experiences to make CPE and training more fun and exciting. So let's get into the first game. This is Wally's Warehouse. It's a physical inventory observation. And I'll take you through it verbally. We don't need to read instructions necessarily. So let's look into it. All right, we're going to Wally's Warehouse. Our client here is Home Decor and More. Now, in the first part, we'll go and navigate the warehouse space. We'll make observations. We'll try to identify things that we need to follow up on. And we'll take that into the second part where we meet with Wally. And we'll ask him questions, around the inventory count. And then in the very final part, you'll actually perform a count. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Throughout the whole experience, you can earn points based on choices you make and actions you have. All right, here's the warehouse. This is what it looks like. And as you can see, there are different objects that we can click on. For example, this drone. Okay, here's some information about drones. The company started using them around their inventory counting. So do we need to follow up on this or not? We can click no issue, or we could click follow up, and this is where you see instant feedback. We got 1 point. Now, for the sake of this demo and because this is being viewed publicly, we don't want to give all the answers away. So I'll just kind of take you through. There's different tags that you'll look at. There's damaged goods. You can click here to go to the back to the shipping dock and look in the truck. And you can also go into Wally's desk, and see what's happening in there. So here we are. Hi there, I'm floating around the warehouse. Come find me, says Wally. So after we've clicked on all the things within the warehouse, we actually see Wally here.
Hey there, I'm Wally, and I heard you were looking for me. I take it you're the auditor here to complete the inventory observation. Let's go to my desk and you can ask me anything you would like.
All right, that was our introduction to Wally. So here we are. We've designed meetings within these experiences to really feel, real. We've designed these meetings to effectively simulate as if you were really interviewing Wally here. And in this case, you have a list of 10 different options of what to ask Wally. Some of them are relevant, some are irrelevant. That's one of the game mechanics that we've included, is that you can make poor choices and possibly get points deducted. But when you make good choices, you can add points to your total accumulated points. We also intentionally limit you to 7 questions that you're allowed to ask out of the 10. And that, too, is a game mechanic limitation, right? And to encourage your critical thinking skills, you can end the meeting at any time. So even if you find that only 5 questions are appropriate, you could choose to end the meeting. I'll click on one of the questions just so you could see what it looks like with Wally responding here. So how do you ensure that the count sheets are complete and that nothing is missing? So let's see what Wally says.
Good question. I print the full list of SKUs from our inventory tracking system and use this as our basis for all possible items that need to be counted.
All right, there's our answer. And again, instant feedback along the way. We earned a point. Awesome. All right, for the sake of time, we're going to move on. You get the idea here. Let's end the meeting, and let's show you what it looks like to count the
If
inventory.
that's all you have to ask, you can go ahead with your count. We can touch base before you leave.
All right, so we're back in the warehouse, and we now have our count sheets. So this is what they look like, and as you go through, you will look at tags, make counts, and input the counts. And if there are any issues or no issues, you can use the tick mark legend here to actually complete the exercise. And there are two pages of counts that you need to complete. And then the third page here shows a summary of shipping activities, something critical that you must consider when it comes to actually performing an inventory count. So let's take a look at navigating the space. So there's different areas, and let's just go into area 1. And you can see multiple tags around here. When you click on a tag, we'll open the box and it tells you, okay, there's 50 boxes of floor tiles. You look at the tag information, you go back to the count sheet, and you make your inputs. Now, again, for the sake of not giving answers, we're just going to click through. And let's submit our work. And at the end of each of our games and simulations, we build in a pass or fail. Did you do a good job or not? And you'll get feedback, whether it's from the client or from your manager. So let's finish.
It turns out you missed items that my staff later found issues with, and didn't pay enough attention. You can look at this feedback, and I suggest you read your guidance on inventory observations again.
And so obviously we didn't fill out the worksheet, so that was negative feedback, but if you had got it all correct, you would have got a really positive response from Wally there. And that is Wally's warehouse. So let's take a look at Max the Tax, Schedule C.
Hey there, thank you so much for jumping in at the last minute. I can't believe Jeffrey, the recent associate on this engagement, suddenly left the firm without giving any notice. We need to file the return for our client Jasper Jones before the day ends, and all we have left to finish is the Schedule C. Otherwise, we will need to file an extension, which we know will aggravate Jasper, and we would risk losing a good client. Jeffrey made initial requests, and we received a bunch of files, but they're not organized, and I need you to search through each file to populate the Schedule C with the correct information. You will have to search your emails, the shared drive, and binders to find this information. Good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.
Okay, so we have a fire drill. We have to help Jasper Jones, the client. We really have to help our team to get his tax return filed, and we have more information around the Schedule C to populate. So let's go forward, and you can see here we've got a resource document. This will help guide you through on the specific topics that are addressed by the Schedule C in this game. So you'll be set up at your desk, and you've got two different monitors. You've got your phone where you can call Jasper. You've got your binder that you could look through for information. And then this is what all comes together, and each of these features is what allows you to ultimately populate the Schedule C. So let's start with the email from Caroline. She gives you a bunch of information here, and this is what you need to follow to help decide what information in the binder do we need, what should we call Jasper about, and move forward from there. We also have the shared drive. So as you can see, we've got her email, but then we also have other files that we could collect throughout this experience. If you toggle over to this monitor, you see the actual Schedule C that you need to populate and fill out. And this is where you have input fields. So let's go and see what it's like to call Jasper. Let's go ahead. And would we like to call Jasper? Yes. Calling Jasper.
Hi, good to hear from you. How can I help you? And please, let's be as concise as possible. I'm very busy and short on time
Okay,
today.
so Jasper answered the phone, and what would we like to follow up with him about? We've got health insurance, entertainment expenses, home office deduction, expenses paid. Let's just click on that for now and see what he replies with.
Okay, all provided expenses related to this return have been paid either by cash or card. Please let me know if there are any additional questions you have.
All right, we just collected more information, and you get instant feedback. That happened to be a good call. Good question. So we also have the feature of looking through the binder, and as you can see, there are different invoices and other documents that help support, may or may not help support, completing the Schedule C for Jasper. As you can see up above, you can scan this to your computer, and when you click those buttons, close the binder and go back to your computer, they are now available here. So without giving you too much information, because this is being publicly viewed, we're going to go ahead and finish this. We just wanted to show you all the different features about this experience, and we'll submit that, and you'll get feedback. Clearly, we didn't do well because we didn't actually populate the Schedule C, but we invite you to come and try to get it right. See how you perform.
Do better next time.
And at the end, you will get feedback ultimately. So that is Max the Tax Schedule C, and you can also get the solution here. Let's move on to one more. So let's look at one around business skills. And this is about getting referrals, using referrals effectively, and this was really a professional networking type of exercise and game. So in this particular one, you actually have an option to watch a video, which is the full lecture around growing your professional network or playing the game. For the purposes of time, we're actually just going to show you the features of the game so that you can see what this is all about. So in the very first part, well, here's the problem. There's a failing firm, and they've brought you in as an expert to help them build their business. There's been a lot of M&A, merger and acquisition activity around tech companies, and so this firm needs your help. Here's what you'll do. In the very first part, you'll look through a few different networking groups and decide which ones to join. Then secondly, you'll actually ramp up referrals. So let's take a look at what those look like. Okay, so in joining a network, here's some information. It's about you and about the specific firm that has engaged you to try to help them build their business. You're going to use these details to make a smart choice, hopefully, about the best networking group to join. So as you can see here, there are different demographics and information statistics about each of these networking groups. And I'll just choose one for the purposes of moving forward. Techs and Techstars. Okay, are they a good group? Let's go ahead and join them. This was an okay choice for certain reasons. Now, the second part is really where a lot of the substance happens, because you're going to get 8 different contacts that you've met in this networking group, and your goal is to try to get them to either really establish a relationship with them. So as you can see, there are 8 people here on the screen, And as you hover over each of them, you're going to see what their title is, what their background is, how you met them, how many interactions you've had with the past. And if you've watched the video lecture, a lot of the specific technical details will give you the information you need to choose adequately, about how you interact with these individuals. So let's take a look at one example. Let's go to Eileen Wong here. She's a VP of accounting and she's been an existing client. So let's go ahead, we click on her and we get to call her. So once we click call, here's her response. All right, well, what are we calling for? So again, our background information, well, she's a longtime friend and she's been a happy client for over 5 years as well. So you've got a really established, mature relationship with her. So based on that, there are specific action options that you can choose that are more appropriate. So in this case, ask for a referral or introduction. You've known her a long time. This is actually an appropriate time to do that. So I'll submit that response.
I'm always happy to make a referral for you, but what kind of clients is your firm looking for?
Okay, instant feedback. That's the most important thing. All right, how about someone that we've had 0 interactions with in the past? All right, let's call Brett Dixon here. And then after we hear from Brett.
Hello, Brett speaking.
Let's choose that same option. All right, we've only just met this person. Let's ask for a referral or introduction. Well,
I don't appreciate this cold
it may
call.
not be appropriate at this stage. And all that you learn within the video will help guide you in your choices when ramping up these referrals. So that's another example of how we're gamifying and bringing fun to the training and CPE experience now. Once you're finished, you go ahead and again, we don't want to give all the answers out, but you could always go ahead and try. You will, if we had earned points, you'll see how many points that you earned at the end. So those are a few demos that we've built with TrueUp and Surgent. And we've loved partnering up because Surgent just has as much engagement and excitement about this as we do. So we now invite you to come and play.
Thank you for spending time with us today to learn about some of the exciting new learning opportunities we offer through Surgent IQ. If you have questions or would like to speak to someone about anything you saw or heard today, you can reach out to us at info@surgent.com. And as we celebrate International Accounting Day, we hope you'll visit us online and take advantage of our biggest discounts of the year on CPE, on CE, and exam review. Thanks for watching.